G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Turk the Old Man Metal Dude here with you once again. 5 days ago or at least at the time of me recording this and posting it onto Patreon, I recorded and uploaded a video of me reacting to Dimash and his song The Story of One Sky from his Almany concert. A lot of people in the comments did say I should have checked out the music video first. I did a little bit of research and I found out he actually released the music video the day after the concert. So I'm still pretty happy with the fact that I checked out the live video first. And to be honest, I was blown away by his performance, so I'm certainly not upset by this. And I'm also more than happy to check out the official music video. Now, I'm likely going to be leaving this just on Patreon for a little while, just as, you know, an early access video for my Patreon members. So, enjoy, guys. Once it hits YouTube, it won't obviously be exclusive anymore, but no. You guys get the first bite at the cherry, as the saying goes. So let's get into the video. This is the official music video for The Story of One Sky by Dimash. Let's get into it. Just before we get into the video, I just want to point out that I do tend to not only react to the videos, but try to give a bit of analysis. Given my experience of over 30 years in the music industry. So I will be pausing every now and then. I do try and not pause where possible, but if something comes to my mind that I want to talk about, I will pause the video to talk about it. If this isn't something you're into, I apologize. There are plenty of reaction channels out there that will likely give you the experience you're after, but these are the kind of videos that I make. This is what I prefer to watch myself, and it's what I prefer to do. So if that's not your taste, I completely understand. No judgment from me. Just thought I'd give you fair warning that I will pause the song at various places to talk about what comes to mind. So thanks for your time, and once again, let's get on with the video. So far, just in that opening, very startling imagery of someone risking themselves to save someone else's life, but also the revelation that a near-death experience can bring. Some of us have had those, some of us haven't, and I can tell you from experience that coming that close to meeting your end can open your eyes to a lot of things. So let's see where this heads.
Believe what's happening at all. Vipers crazy, we reborn to fall. We are the reason we're causing all that pain.
So I mentioned in my live performance reaction how much I love that whisper singing intro. And yeah, given the music video, it actually takes on a very innocent, youthful feel to it now. Like he's exploring the wonderment of youth. So that's pretty telling, to be honest.
Causing all that pain to the secret one that gave us life. Billions of hearts, billions of cells and souls and dreams, billions of lives shouldn't ever turn to senseless horror, so disenchant.
As a ruler, my task is to keep order and protect my country. But I don't deprive you of your freedom. The world is open for me, and I want to give it to you.
Oh, I certainly wasn't expecting it to take this much of a sudden turn. Guessing that one of the young boys in the earlier scene has grown up to be in the military, a fairly dictatorship style military it seems. So definitely a long overarching story in this film clip, which is a bit different than what I expected, but definitely very good.
Every balance all that of your regret. Our future, is it possible to say? So when all crazy Bibles falling, we decide to stop the training. We decide to follow their light. We are making
You must be strong to accept the freedom and bring it to the world. United, we will enter every city, every house. We will lead everyone who is ready to start a new life. Anyone who resists will not find a place next to us. War is the way to unite people.
I know they're two very, very different style of songs, but that scene there with the commander kind of gave me, The Wall kind of feels from Pink Floyd. If you haven't seen The Wall, the movie that was written in conjunction with the writing of that album, go watch it. It's a phenomenal movie. Bob Geldof is brilliant in it. Obviously, the soundtrack's amazing. But yeah, it just gave me those kind of feels there. Oh, and by the way, I realise that I'm likely going to be blurring some of the more graphic images in that for YouTube, just because I'm a young channel. I really don't want any negative response from YouTube because of that, so I will likely blur it a bit for the YouTube release. However, on Patreon it will be completely uncensored, as it should be. So I do apologise for those of you watching it on YouTube, but if you want to see it completely uncensored, either A, go watch the clip on Dimash's own channel, or head on over to the Patreon where it'll be over there completely uncensored. So a little bit of a cheap plug, but yeah, I'm a very small channel. I've got to kind of protect myself a bit.
Don't you share again? Don't you share again? Their love not share. To leave again. We have passed the moment of immension. What did the peace? We have to step. Time is up. It's time to save the
So yeah, he was one of the kids from the earlier scene, and it also shows, the cost of conflict is, when it comes down to it, a majority of the cost is amongst those who are at the bottom of the chain, the common citizen who is dragged into conflict whether they want to or not. I'm just going to pause it there because I know, it comes in big at this point, from what I saw from the live performance. You wouldn't think this type of music would work well with basically a film of this nature, but it really is, sitting very well in the atmosphere of the narration of the visual story as well. So obviously one was written for the other. I don't know which was written first, whether it be what equates to short film or the song, but they were obviously written to complement each other. And it's doing a fantastic job of it so far. And this is the first time I think I've watched the music video to a clip I've also seen a live performance to. And it's amazing how in a live setting he recreates the exact same production that he does on the recorded version, because that is not an easy thing to do. He really is such a master of vocal control. The fact that I've seen him pull off those notes with the vibration live, and now hearing it so clearly on the recorded version as well, just phenomenal. And it really is fitting in with the clip so well. Just amazing. So I just want to say what came to my mind then is it depicted that not only are the innocent the ultimate victims in a lot of these conflicts, but another victim is innocence itself, where that could almost be interpreted as the loss of innocence due to the conflict, as well as, you know, losing a child is one of the most horrific things someone can go through. But yeah, it just felt to me it also signified the loss of innocence as well. A lot of different layers to this clip. though I've seen the live one, I still was not ready for that first really high note. And you notice it's actually higher than her scream. Wow. Hearing, a loud female scream next to that really put in perspective. Well, I certainly didn't expect the commander to be the other Joel from the start of the clip. That's a pretty good twist. I was certainly not expecting that. It just goes to show violence begets more violence. To be honest, I wasn't expecting him to shoot the commander at all in that part. I thought he was going to throw down the gun and forsake his vengeance, but this tells definitely a very more realistic side of the story, I think. After this, I'll let it play through to the end, but it really has been a very powerful, well-written short film about how conflict and violence only leads to things being even worse and leads to more violence and conflict, and how choosing peace and unification is a much better way to approach things. Very well written. Goes to show where my head is at the moment. being that I couldn't see all of it and to see that it was just a staff, when he started reaching behind him, I thought he was reaching for an arrow. I've been getting into archery a lot lately, so that's immediately where my mind went. Not that I use a back quiver, but I find it uncomfortable. I prefer a hip quiver. Sorry, I did say I wasn't going to stop it again, but I'll just stop it here with that text still up on the screen. In fact, I'll probably enlarge it so it's the majority of the screen in this part. I think that's very well written, and I definitely agree with it. Okay, so that was Dimash with his song and official music video, if not short film, The Story of One Sky. Like I said at the start, it gave me very The Wall by Pink Floyd feels, just in the style of the video clip. Told a great story of how violence begets more violence and only harms, well, not only harms, but the true victims of it are the innocent and innocence itself. And, understanding and tolerance and acceptance of other people's cultures and beliefs is a better way forward to uniting people in a way to move forward. So, fantastically written. I'm not 100% that that's the message he was trying to get across, though it certainly did seem it from that end text. But that's certainly what I got out of the video. So, absolutely fantastic and very well written, both the song and the story of the video. As I said, I don't know which was written first, but they complemented each other so very well. So if I had a hat, I'd take my hat off to it. As far as vocal performance, absolutely spot on, much as the live performance was. So, and as everything I've seen of his is, he's an amazing singer with so much control over his instrument, which is his voice. So, utterly amazing. Well, that about wraps it up for this one. As always, please like, share and subscribe. It helps me out to no end. If you'd like to support the channel even further, please head on over to the Patreon page. In fact, you may not have been able to see this on YouTube, and you may be seeing it for the first time on Patreon. So, if so, welcome. Thanks for joining. Hope you stick around. As you can see, we have early access videos. There's a whole bunch of exclusive videos that, for one reason or another, I've either chosen only to put on here on Patreon, or for one reason or another, I've had to remove from YouTube. So there's a whole playlist here of exclusives, with no doubt more being added every now and then. And if you'd like to join one of the higher subscription tiers, you can even request a song for me to do, and I guarantee it will be done within the month. Hopefully. There was a couple of issues, a couple of months ago where it was pushing it a bit and maybe went a couple of days over, but all the songs got done. This time I'm hoping to have things pretty much on schedule. I'm going to record a couple more tonight, and then I'm just waiting for more of the requests to roll in for the month, but I've only got 2 to do so far, and I'm going to knock them out tonight. So, once again, thanks for dropping by, especially if you've made it this far. This has been a long video, so you guys are the real champs around here. So, as always, I've been Turk, you've been awesome, peace out, and I'll catch you in the next one.